I'm starting to feel that motivation drain out of me again, and it seems to be every other month or so that I need to find some sort of motivation to pick up my camera and just get out and start shooting again. There's always some excuse not to go out. It's too hot or it's too cold. So I find myself looking for external motivation to get me out and shooting again, and that's what this week's video is all about. It's finding that motivation. So this is where I get my inspiration from. Well, this, more specifically this. So this is a website called PhotoCrowd. PhotoCrowd operate on a free and a paid membership. So the main difference between the tiers are you get more entries per competition and you get a discount on photo awards, which neither of those I really care too much about. The only reason I subscribe to the Challenger is so I could create my own contests. You can enter community contests for nothing, and you can be rated on your photos by the members of the community. So that's the free membership. And if you go to the premium, these are rated by experts, and generally they're judged only by the experts. These are a longer running competitions, so you've got plenty of time to enter them. So as you can see, this one's got 2 months, 3 weeks left to enter, and this is all about macro. There's something for everybody on this website. So you've got black and white macro, for example, industry, sports photography, ways we fly. So you can pretty much find something without actually leaving your house, all the way up to mountains and competitions on oceans. So no matter what your type of photography that you're into, there's a contest on here that you can enter. You can also get Amateur Photographer of the Year, the Environmental Photography Award, Bug Life Photography Award, Architectural Photography Awards, and Potato Photographer of the Year. And there's lots that they host over the time. These are all the past competitions that they've hosted. So there is literally something for everyone, and it's a good way just to get that little bit of inspiration that you need to get you back out taking photos. So what I like to do is just jump on every so often, find a subject or a contest that I want to enter, and then I'll just go out and shoot that subject. So for example, on this one, we're on the premium, and this one, for example, landscapes in portrait format. So it gives you a little bit of a brief as to what the contest, what they're looking for, and you can then go out and shoot to that brief. So there's 3 days, 11 hours left to enter. There's 3,199 photos currently entered and 1,154 photographers taking part. And this is expert judged. So I'm going to enter this one, which brings me back to here, or more specifically, Dartmoor National Park. And I've come here to get a portrait landscape shot. So my plan is, if this wind, I mean, it's been absolutely hammering down, you can see the rain. I'm just taking a bit of shelter behind this big rock. My plan is, if I can get this, is this mound here is going to be my subject, and then I'm going to try and get that tree in the foreground and see what that looks like. But stupidly windy up here at the moment, and the rain is just non-stop, so whether it works or not, I don't know. I'm hoping the gear holds up, the tripod doesn't fall over, and I get a shot off at least, but we'll see. So I'm going to set up over there. I'm just going to see what this weather's doing in a minute, give it a second just to blow over. If not, I'll just try it in the rain. Everything's weather sealed, camera's weather sealed, my bag's sort of weather sealed, so hopefully I should get an image. Whether it's the image I want, ideally I'd like the sun shining on it. When I pulled up in the car park, actually, when I got here, which is just up, that's okay, so the image, the car park just over that hill, you can't see it. But when I pulled up in the actual car park and I'm facing what I wanted to take a picture of, there's loads of sun on it, really nice, and a nice rainbow just going over the top of it. So absolutely, it looked amazing, but it was so windy when I got out of the car. I was going to get out and just try and get a shot off quickly, just to capture it while it was there. But I just opened the boot, my bags flew out the boot. I started chasing bags down the road. Yeah, it just never worked. And by the time I composed myself, it had gone. So I'm going to try it now. So yeah. Alright, so after taking a look back there and here, I think it might be better using this rock with this tree rather than the rocks all the way back up, just because it will probably fit the portrait shot a little bit better. So I'm going to try and find a composition with that in mind. So the composition I've gone for is coming this way with a tree in this rock rather than those rocks, because I think I couldn't get the angle that I wanted. So I turned around and come this way. I'm just going to put a polarizer on because there's a lot of sky in the image. Because I'm shooting portrait, it's either include a lot of foreground or a lot of sky. So I'm going to try it with both. I'm going to put the polarizer on and just see whether I can bring something out on the clouds a little bit. It's probably not the right angle from the sun because the sun's down there. So it might not work out too well, but I'll have a look, see what it looks like. I'll pop the image up on the screen. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's the image I'm going to be submitting to PhotoCrowd. Oh, it's so windy. Now, the good thing with PhotoCrowd, and the thing I love jumping on there for, is not the competitive type. So there is a competition side to it and an element of trying to get up and be the best. But for me, it's more about motivation. And now that I'm out and I've taken the image that I'm going to be submitting, the location I'm in, I know that around the corner there's another image that I want, not a landscape, portrait, sorry, of a landscape, just another image in general. So I'm going to go around and grab that. It's just there's a couple of trees that look quite old and gnarly, and I think they look quite cool. So the weather's not the greatest for it, but I'm going to pop around there whilst I'm here. And that's the good thing about this PhotoCrowd, is it gets you out, even if it is in windy conditions to start with. But once you're out, that's where your motivation really comes in, because the motivation doesn't really happen. You don't get motivated to do something that you don't want to do. You have to do it in order to gain that motivation. So getting on PhotoCrowd and picking a topic, whether you want to do that topic or not, just that's the topic you choose, and that's the topic that you go out and do, and then your motivation for that subject or that topic or getting out and taking photos generally will come. It's absolutely tipping down again now, so let's move to the next location. Okay, before I get my bag out, I'll just show you the tree that I was talking about, the gnarly old tree. I think it's quite cool. I'll tell you, sounds a bit silly, but I'll tell you what I saw in it. Okay, so here's the tree. Now, what I like in it is this tree here just looks like an evil tree, and it's killed this tree to the left, and now it's reaching out to get to the tree to the right. And that's what I saw when I first saw it. I thought it looked pretty cool. Look even better in fog, or yeah, bit of a mist. Well, that's what I saw. That's what I want to take a picture of. The ground's so wet up here. Just wherever you step, it's just soaking wet. Even going down hills on the slopes, it's not like it's settling. It's just out. It's just really wet. Okay, I'm gonna set you up. Just here. Set you up on gnarly tree. And then I'm going to take my photo. Probably about here. I like the way the trees are positioned in this image, but I'm just not happy with the backdrop or the sky. It would have been nice to have some interest in the sky, but maybe I'll come back another day when there's a bit more drama in the sky. It might make a bit more of an interesting image. Well, hopefully those images came out okay and you got something out of the video from... the camera's lost motivation. So hopefully those images came out okay. Let me know in the comments what you thought of them, and also let me know in the comments what you do to get motivated to go out and do the things you enjoy. Do you need to get motivated to go out and do it? I'd love to know in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, please do consider subscribing, because that will give you notifications when new videos drop. And they're usually at the moment on a Monday, Macro Mondays, and on a Friday/Saturday, depending on how quick I can get them out and work commitments and whatnot. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that, and I will catch you on the next one.